Just getting everyone signed in. Once we get to Cubit Square, we're going to spend a bit of time with the test sites, an opportunity for the first class of new St Martins to take place. We have Inigo and Benjamin, who are tutors on the Narrative Environments course here, and they're working with a group of students who are surveying and drawing the test sites.
Our interest as tutors and as Central St Martins is what the school is going to become, basically. And at the moment it feels very removed, it feels very remote, and we don't seem very much part of that decision-making process. So we were just interested in how to take the students to the site to see what would actually happen to them, basically. The first class we're going to be doing is quite a simple one. It's basically surveying some of the existing building and doing some life drawing on site. The students we've got here are really broad mix, so some of them are from Narrative Environments MA course, some of them are from Architecture course first year. I think we've got some graphic designers, so it's a real full spread. Somehow it's representative of the school. Yeah, doing the first class on site. I mean, we really want to get the details of this. When you make your drawing, it'd be great if you could draw across here and include little bits like this. All these little details. So you have this little 45-degree angle here. Go back and again include all these little bumps. Now for this what we might call life drawing part. Yeah. Benjamin, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I guess that's what you've been doing now in school quite a lot, like life drawing. I think what we were quite excited about Piranesi is how alive they are. In a way, they kind of they're ruins, but they're in a way very optimistic. They're much more full of life than things.
Yeah, they catch the humanity, right? Like these little bits on the floor.
Exactly. And so I think also what we would be quite keen on, if it's also maybe you do abstraction of the building site as such, maybe they could be more really focused on the folies.
It's very important you make a photographic documentation of everything, because you always forget the details. But by everything, I would actually include, looking at these Piranesi drawings, things like this, or these green bits of tape on the floor.
And really use the technique you're comfortable with. You think it's going to be like great results.
So what we're doing here today is measuring, surveying, drawing the test sites, so we have a permanent record of what they were, because these ones are definitely going to be demolished.
I'm Brian Kelly. I'm construction manager for BAM Construction at King's Cross EGY. I'm responsible for all the new build that we see out here, and for the East Transit Shed, all the works for the UAL. The concrete that's in those is the exact same as what's in the permanent works. It's been designed the same, it's the same strength of concrete, it's the same rebar. They're effectively the same except in miniature.
But it's still, I think part of my interest in them is that they're so different from the actual building. They're so not like over there that I still can't quite see how you get from that to the amount of concrete and the scale of placing the glass.
Yeah, obviously it's very difficult to get the same scale, because as you can see out there, it's a huge scale, isn't it? The idea is to just get a sample, so to speak. If you look inside, you've got this type A panel on the inside, which is basic finished concrete. Very little workmanship. We use the form over and over again. We clean it and oil it, but we just use it over and over again. On the Type C concrete, we use the form and we face it with a very expensive plywood. There's lots of workmanship goes into it, and we only use the plywood once. So you get a really good finish on one side and a basic finish on the other side.
And so on this one, the inside is the basic.
It's this basic outside. Type A, and the Type C on the outside is the enhanced concrete.
I wonder how you're going to integrate the modern part, like the concrete, and with the brick. There
is examples of concrete and the original brickwork, and it does work very well. Yeah, there is in the light wells. There's 2 light wells within the studio, 2 quite large light wells, where the concrete joins the heritage brickwork, and it gives a good contrast between new and old.
We're doing some life drawing, some sketches to capture the tone, the different textures and the details in case they're not preserved. they have value in that it's recording the process, and if you value the process, then they are valuable.
I'm hoping today that the students will maybe take on board a little bit more the maybe architecture and art is very interchangeable, and how we decide one thing can be one thing one day and another, and what's a finished building or considered a thing of beauty or value is really just a contextual value judgment, and that with the right discussion or critical context we can really think of anything as architecture or art.